Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Formula One 2017. Today we're gonna come off our high from Canada and we're gonna head to Baku. Let's listen to a voicemail and see where we're supposed to qualify.
Hi, how are you? I'm just passing on your qualifying goals for this weekend.
As always, ninth place and beat Daniel Ricciardo. Let's see what we can do here. One interesting thing of note, we are catching back up in that rivalry thing, but we're still 5 points behind. And we are going to be facing a 5-place penalty here for a gearbox change. I noticed in practice the gearbox was acting up a little bit. It's currently at 67% wear. A couple more percentage of wear in qualifying would probably get us to a nice number. But then after qualifying into the race, it might have issues. And what I really want to avoid is taking this penalty here, or taking the penalty at the next race, which I believe is in Austria, which is what I'm really looking forward to. So I'm going to go ahead and take it here and fit a new gearbox for, actually going to fit it for qualifying. I was thinking about fitting it for the race, but let's go ahead and put that new gearbox in and make sure we have a good qualifying, or as good as we can.
The circuit has rubbed in with practice, but this is still going to be a difficult session for our drivers as they fight for pole position.
That might not be true. It poured in P3.
Qualifying session easily, so try to get a hot lap in early so we can save the tyres.
That also may not be true, because I really struggled in practice. This car is extremely unhappy on this track. I'm not sure why. But we're going to see what it'll do here in Q1. Alrighty, here we go. I'm going to try and take it relatively easy here for our Q1 lap. I think you can see it right there. It's pretty unstable on aero, but I actually have the aero much higher than I really like it to be for this track. Our top speed is down from our competitors because of that. But more than anything, it's just a very twitchy, unhappy car overall throughout the lap. I've been working feverishly to try and get this set up to make it happy, but there's just something fundamentally off with the car here, it seems. The car's having a little bit of a hangover from its performance at Canada, I suppose. I think you can probably see already some of its unhappiness. Mostly oversteer, but really it's more just a unstableness. I had to give it quite a bit of oversteer to try and get the nose to rotate at all, especially through the high speed turns. Alright, here's another section where it has been a little tricky. Getting slowed down for that left-hander. It's pretty good. Happy with that. There's one place this car does do pretty well. It's getting up to speed through here. I just think we're missing a little bit of top speed. And it's not as darty once the tires are up to temp. Put that DRS. Let's see what we did here. Hoping for like a 45. 45.3.
Puts you at P5.
Might be good enough, actually. That might be good enough to get us through Q1. But I do think we're going to need to find a bit more if we're going to move up into Q3. Okay, we round out Q1 9th and 10th for the Williams team. Seems like we're really on par with Massa here, which is concerning for me. We'll see how that plays out for us in Q2. Alright, let's get ready for that Q2 lap. Hopefully just one of them. And let me tell you, we had a big scare today on this series not continuing. If you've been following along, you know I've had some issues with the game crashing in the invitational events. Well, today, it seemed like it was doing it and never going to stop. Straight on turn 1 a bit. A little bit loose again. But yeah, I spent about 40 minutes basically just starting the game, letting it crash, starting the game, letting it crash, up to the point where I started to record a video of like, here you go guys, here's what the game's doing, this is why we can't continue. And when I started to record that, it started working again. So that was spooky, and now I'm going to for sure look into trying to find a way to back up our save. This game is a little awkward in the way that it saves, so I'm not sure if we can even do that, but I'm gonna try. So I would really hate to see this series come to an end for something like that. I know I enjoy doing it, and I really enjoy the fact that you guys enjoy watching it. Too deep. Oh, we knocked the front wing pretty bad right there. I would say we're gonna have to go back and try another run. Alright, out again on the same tires, but with a new front wing. Gonna see if it's fast enough with the scrub tires on here, because I would really like to have 2 sets for Q3 if we make it there. Story time's over, so I'm gonna try and really focus on this lap. This is a hard one to judge here, as is this one. Although I'm pretty pleased with that. That was also pretty nice. A little bit of lock up there and a little oversteer. Makes me nervous every time I go through there. It really feels like I'm struggling with the chassis of the car here. Maybe it's too stiff, but the softer I went, the more oversteering it felt. Almost did the same thing there. It'll be make it or break it. I'm not feeling too confident about it, to be honest. Didn't feel much, if any, better than our Q1 lap. Well, it was a little better, 44.2. We'll see. We'll see. It's worth noting we're going to have to short pit in the race if we do make it to Q3, because we used these tires up more than others. Interesting. Up to P4. Really surprised. The car just does not feel that good. Massa did not make it to Q3, but that's okay. He's on 11th, so he still has potential of points. What is encouraging is the Red Bull doesn't look very strong here either. The Force Indias and the Haas's are breaking up those crews. So we'll see what we can do. Put on a new set for Q3 and give it a try. Okay, Q3 here. We're going to have to pull a rabbit out of a hat and find 3/10 in a car that I feel like I'm pulling 100% out of already. And somehow do that without overdriving it. So here goes. That was a beautiful turn 1. That was also pretty nice. Trouble with the brakes there. Been having trouble with the brakes all weekend here. tight aggressive line. Way too aggressive through Castle. That's gonna cost us pretty big, I believe, for what was a great Sector 1. And that was the straw that broke the Williams back. This lap will be no good. No good, I say. Probably a 44 mid.
That's P4. You've moved up to P4.
44-1. That was shaping up to be a 43 if I hadn't screwed it up, though.
As we wind down from the excitement of qualifying, here's a look at your top three. Bottas, Vettel and Kimi Räikkönen. With qualifying complete, all that remains is the main event. We'll be live and uninterrupted for the Grand Prix tomorrow, so make sure you join us then.
Alright, well that 44-1 was good enough to hold in front of Danny Ricciardo, which is very good for us. That means that we get one more rivalry point against him, I believe. Now we're going to actually start the race further down the grid, depending on other people's penalties, but I'm going to have to just accept that as a good result, even though it's not as good as I had hoped. It's going to be a tough race. This car is not happy here, so we'll have to see what we can do in Baku. I'm almost proud of that. I'm almost proud.
We're almost ready to go then, and this is what the starting grid looks like for today's race. Valtteri Bottas lines up on pole position, and starting alongside in P2 is Sebastian Vettel. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Raikkonen, Hamilton, Sergio Perez, and Ocon, Ricciardo, Grosjean, Massa, and Kevin Magnussen, Kvyat, and a Williams, Carlos Sainz, and Alonso, Palmer, Wehrlein, Stoffel van Dorn, and Max Verstappen. Ericsson and Nico Hulkenberg completes the grid. And now it's time to head down to the track.
Keep your eyes open on the run to turn 1 and keep it clean. We want to come out in one piece. Good luck.
That we do. That we do indeed. Okay, so P12 after our penalty. Looks like one of the Red Bulls, Verstappen, had a penalty, which is unfortunate that it wasn't Ricciardo, but, you know, it is what it is. Pit strategy is interesting. Going 8 laps on the supers and then going to mediums. I didn't run one single lap on those medium tires in all of practice. But I really do think that is the way to go here. One stop it, short pit on the supers would be ideal, but I don't think it would be profitable for us. So I don't see any better option than this. I don't love it. It's not my favorite option because this car is super uncomfortable here and these tires aren't going to be very happy. But I don't see any way that we could two-stop it and be competitive. So that's what we're going to do. Okay, now it is really important we have a good start here. But we're on the wrong side of the track for grip. And we're on a weird strategy, so it's not everything. Our race is not decided by what happens here. That was pretty good. A little rub with Massa, who was defending like crazy.
Okay, that's a good start. Keep it up.
It's Williams v. Williams. Let's not force any of this, though. He got it in there deep. And then blocked. Wow, okay, I guess we're force-Indying this, aren't we? He then just drove into the side of us, so I'm going to drive into the side of him. That was a gigantic waste of time for no reason. Massa. Man, we cleared him. Probably used up a lot of tire. For, again, really no reason. Did not need to do that. What's the green flag for? Was there a yellow flag? I didn't hear anything of this. Alright. Fuel target plus 1.9. We're up to P9, which is good. Oh, I do want to make up a few more spots here if I can. While the field's still bunched together. See what happens down into turn 1. We need to make these tires last till at least lap 8. Ideally more. So that might not be an option. We might have to just chill. Frickin' Massa, man. Why'd he have to do that? They could have had a nice run through the field, trying to get some good points for Williams. But no. Legend retired. Oh, apparently he damaged his car too. Alright, well, who knows what his strategy is going to be like now. I'm trying desperately not to lock up the brakes. Even though we've had a good start and we put out a decent time, I gotta remember this car has been incredibly ill handling here over the course of the weekend. So if I'm gonna make the strategy work, I've really gotta drive it rather precisely. And most importantly, keep it out of the damn walls. And not Austin Powers it. Isn't that what happened last season here? Or did I do that in the F1 2016 series? I don't remember. I know I've Austin Powers here quite often. It's real skatey. I have a lot of rear brake bias, and as you can see, a lot more than is probably advisable, but I was just having so many lockup issues. Even with pressure changes and everything, I just couldn't get it comfortable on the brakes. Well, this is good. If they're going to race each other, that'll cost them time.
Okay, entering lap 3
Start out back in...
DRS has been enabled.
Back in 8th. Not a good day for him so far. We're moving forward, he was moving back. That's good news. That is what we need. I just honestly have no idea how this will all shake out. Very easy with the tires. Which in turn is actually probably good for us here. Never mind, as I just brushed the wall. I was going to say it'll help us from making too many mistakes. A lot of times these cars only drive good when you push them, and when you try to hold back a bit, they actually handle worse.
Some information on Palmer. They seem to have an issue.
Doesn't really affect us too much unless it's a safety car situation. You know, Rubbin's racing, even if Rubbin's with the wall. Get our Baku stripe. That's a thing, right? It is now. You can tell I've got quite a bit of wing on the car. It really seems like the Red Bull's hurting on the straightaway. A lot. Maybe he's got some engine issues?
Okay, distance to teammate, 34.1 seconds.
Gee, I wonder why that is. It's really going to be a race of strategy, isn't it? I just don't know what everybody else is going to do here. We might come out ahead, we might come out exactly where we are. We might really lose out. I think I'm fully committed to doing this one stop, though. Feels like we should be able to make it 8. I'd really like to make it to 9. One less lap on those mediums. The mediums that I'm only purely guessing are going to last and are going to handle okay. It's like I said, I did 0, count them, 0 laps on those tires in practice. That's not helping nowhere. I'm getting target fixation now. I see Ricardo there, and I know the rivalry standings. And how desperately we need to beat him in this race. Our best chance would be to podium and him not. But that might not happen here. Especially with moments like that. That looked like nothing on camera, I guarantee you. But that just made my insides flip upside down. Got a big run here, but we're both at VMAX.
Strategy change available to us. Would you like to keep to the current plan or try the new one?
What you got? No.
Copy.
For this to be real fast down here, gotta brake early. I was hoping that him being offline would get him messed up, but it didn't play out that way. Car seems really good in the slower sections. It's really kind of hurting for top speed. Versus our car seems a little off in the slower sections. It's not awful, but it's not, shockingly, it's not as good as the Renault was in the slow sections. Boy, does it have legs compared to that car for as much aero as I'm running. Those slides won't help you wear now. Talking in third person won't help you either. Whew. That is spooky. As this was that, I was getting a drink. Yeah, it's bad. It's bad.
Approaching the pit window. You'll be on the mediums.
It's bad. Alright, hold on to Ricardo. Slow your pace down. Don't worry about Ricardo. You'll get him in strategy. That was the goal all along. You don't need to pass him right now. Just take it easy on those tires. Also, for the love of Pete, stop talking in third person. Baku makes you literally argue with yourself. Well done, Baku. Make up good time here if I push. Very nervous though. I think just calming myself down a bit has made the tires come around for us.
Gap to car in front is
A little bit. They're not great, but I feel like I can do it.
is 2.8 seconds.
Easy around here, yeah. Let's maybe use a bit of rich mix to help us pull down the straightaway. Close that gap back in a bit. He might be in DRS range now.
Okay, gap to leader, 16.9 seconds.
They gone. The leaders, that is. Alright, traffic could help us out. We are out in the open. Those cars ahead start getting each other slowed up. That'd be great. Nice. So tense, like I must be death gripping the wheel. My knuckles on my fingers are really feeling it. For reasons like that. You might think the audio is off, but no, that's just how long it takes my brain to process that we lived. My brain's thinking, alright, which response should I have now? Pissed off? Surprised? Angry? Oh, okay, we lived. Got it. Surprised. See, it's infuriating watching him pull away. Just gotta think of the bigger picture. I mean, I'm thinking of the bigger picture. Why am I doing this? Is sudden onset talking in third person a sign of a stroke? I hope not. One more time. Just do one more lap.
Window has opened. Pit window now open for you.
Window is open for me. As is Formula D. Now we're out of it here. I'm surprised nobody else is pit. I guess I just really used up the tires in qualifying, is the problem. Versus the cars around me probably got brand new ones for not making it to Q3. Kind of lost it there last lap, taking it easy. My guess is you're going to see them come in for mediums here. Or sorry, super soft. No, softs. The other one. The yellow ones.
Your DRS is offline. The rear wing is down, so you can stay out while we work on a fix.
Why though? That's the first time we've had that all season. I think. I remember.
Box, box, box.
Will do, will do, will do. I know this pit entry here is pretty wild. Let's see what we can make of it. Speaking of wild,
We're considering switching to an alternate strategy. Do you want to change or stick to plan?
I think the rear tires just like completely went off.
You have a fair bit of damage to the front wing.
Yes,
It
repair
will
that
affect
front wing.
performance. Damaged front wing will affect performance.
The good news is we won't have lost very much here. We're going to lose the 3 seconds or 4 seconds to replace the wing, but I guess at least we damaged it right before we were fitting anyway. How you guys going to do? 8 seconds? It's almost done. 7.2. That's pretty darn good to put a wing on the car, I must say. Okay, so now we are about 3 seconds off of our original strategy. Where are you going to dump us? I'm in a not great place. Alright, mediums. How are you? How are you going to do? We are ahead of Massa, who has been out on softs doing fast laps, so that's good. The bad news is we're ahead of Massa, who's out on softs. The good news is we didn't absolutely just completely demolish the car when it came around in the S there. like I'm the only one on this strategy. I might be the sole one-stopper of this race. We're gonna have to really pay attention to our tire wear. Obviously, we didn't do too great our first stint. Kind of hoping for no safety cars of any kind. I would love to see how this will play out. It's a bold strategy, Gun. Let's see how it plays out. I think they're pulling away from Massa. His tires are now actually probably a little old. Should probably be using rich mix on the straightaways.
The gap ahead is 6.7 seconds. So the gap to our teammate is 2.3 seconds.
It is not as good as it was on the softs for sure. Because I ran laps on the softs. But it feels so amazing now just having grip at all. So I don't really know how we're stacking up as far as the competition goes. Really, our only race right now is to save tires and maintain pace. For the only car one stopping. Seems like it's the case. Alright, yeah, we're turning green sectors, so between being out in the open and having fresh mediums, we're at least probably making time on the competition. Can't believe how many cars are still out on supers. Mine were done. But I noticed that in practice, like, I couldn't even complete the tire wear program. For some reason, whatever I'm doing here, or whatever my setup is doing here, the tire wear is bad. I was actually getting significant tire wear down the straightaways even. I'm not running a lot of tow or anything, so I don't know why. Decent amount of camber, could be why. Alright. Using that rich mix down the straightaway, although that put me a little fast entering turn 1, to be honest. 47, that feels like it's pretty good for these tires. Maybe going too fast. Not much wear. But I just glanced up how many laps there are left. That's a lot. Nice and smooth. Just take it easy. Really, the fact we're staying ahead of Massa says it all.
Our gap to the car in front is 4.0 seconds.
We kind of don't want to catch this pack ahead of us, I think. Does it make you nervous every time you run through there? Sure as hell makes me nervous. Here too. Don't mind that. Actually need checking to make sure the recording stuff is working. I really need to move my other monitor closer to where my racing station is so I can see easily if things are still working right. Rich. Oh, we got tankers on pit road. We got flag. They got a caveat.
Kvyat has just come into the pits.
You don't say. Everybody's out on softs. time comparison is. Weird that we come out behind Kvyat. I guess he was running faster times? Oh, right, the wing.
Vehicle is looking really good. You're managing
Forgot
it
about
well.
the wing. That's where we lost the positions. Feels like forever ago now. Well, Airline has not pit yet, so we are ahead of him. In the grand scheme of things. Now, whether I can hang with Kvyat or not, I don't know. We'll see. This is going to be weird. I'm going to go to the outside because I'm worried about what these two are about to do.
Okay, clear.
Yeah, I figured that was happening, is where Line was pitting. Much too deep. Kept it off the wall-ish. That was disgusting. That was a disgusting moment that just happened there. Oh, man. We must have been like 10 kilometers an hour faster going into that turn or something, because it just absolutely would not stop. Gotta remember, that's not my battle. My battle is versus that graph there, the tire wear.
The gap to the car ahead is
All we have to do is stay within
7 seconds.
10 seconds of them. 15 probably. And we're granted that position back. It's hard. I've not really ever driven races in this manner, where you're running your own race, basically. Outside of the normal strategery. Speed built up. Any more pitters? Looks like it. Massa's back in.
Felipe in the pits. Felipe has pitted.
I don't think there's any hope of him getting points today. So we can look at this a couple ways. If we aren't pitting again, then we're able to leapfrog at least these cars ahead of us. If we do pit again, we'll at least go to a tire that's similar to theirs and be able to race them. So this race still has options. I don't know that they're great.
The car behind is 2.8 seconds.
That's going to be big. I need to hold off the cars behind me. I don't want to lose any more time or positions. I guess? I don't know. Now I don't even know if that's true. Probably not. Positions don't matter. It's all made up. I don't know why the times seem off right now. Car should be fine. Be able to just do 47s the rest of its run. In theory. But that ain't it. That's not gonna help the tire wear cone. I might need to move that brake bias forward a bit. These tires behave a little differently. Traffic for Kvyat would be good for us.
Gap to car in front is 3.8
Easy.
seconds.
It was a really terrible place to be talking, Jeff. If I'm honest. Who's this behind us? Verstappen. Seems like he's closing in. Who was starting down the field, I believe, for penalty. At the end of the day, it's kind of me that worked up the strategy with the front wing deal. We'd be 3 seconds further up the field right now, at least. Trying to save a little fuel.
The gap to teammate is 24.1 seconds.
24 for that pit stop. Now, he might be running laps a little bit faster than mine, but we'll say that's roughly how much time lost in a pit stop. Alright, Verstappen's not our race, so if he makes a clean pass, then we'll let him go for it. Feels like the car's starting to come back around for me, though, as the fuel has burnt off. Just much too aggressive through the castle there. Wrong button. 22, okay. And we are about, let's see, not quite halfway through this run, so it's going to be close. It'll be very close, and if we have enough tire or not.
Okay, gap ahead is 2.9 seconds.
That's kind of stabilized. Verstappen is here, though. Want him to like run into the back of us or anything stupid like that. Trying to be a little easier on the tires. Which I do think I'm doing. I do think maybe the other cars on softs are starting to lose their tires a bit. That's a better line. I like that. Really hate that turn. Log-up's not gonna help. Even with the bias, we're still locking fronts on occasion. Yeah, should be able to blow right by our door now. Our non-door. I'm going to be okay with that. Come on, Red Bull. Come on, Red Bull. You having some problems? There he goes. I'll use your DRS, thank you very much. I don't think we're gonna get Ricardo this race, but I feel like 9th place is still a possibility. Maybe not a probability, but a possibility. Especially since we're still catching that group ahead of us. And we may actually be catching it faster now. Well, we're behind Verstappen, if we can hold him. Not like that, we're not. Don't overuse your tires trying to do it, though. It's back, the third person. Oh no. Oh, easy. Stay in his toe. Oh, we got DRS even. Nice.
+1. Faster engine modes are available. Okay, some information on Van Dorn. They have some kind of mechanical problem.
No safety cars.
Teammate is
No safety cars.
23.0 seconds.
We're actually pulling Massa? That's very good news. I have to imagine is out on me on softs. I keep imagining that I'm on hards. It really bothers me that there's not just a soft, medium, hard on any given weekend. It'd be much easier to understand. Oh yeah, setting the best sector there. Nice. Nice. It's very helpful to follow another car, especially around a street course like this. And it's so fast. So many straightaways. The toe was helping. Oh yes, it's shaping up to be one of our best laps.
The gap behind us is 10.4 seconds.
So no worries there. Yes, DRS is helping us immensely. That was our best lap of the day so far. It was bad for the wear. I think I actually hit DRS before it even beeped at me. Or while it beeped at me, I'm not sure. It beeped at the end of the straightaway. Good job. Good job, video game. Some point here soon, I need to look at my tire wear. I am having a slight concern that they are not pitting again, which blows